No, so I said I'd throw up a video on this legendary weekend Genty, and yeah, top 25% is pretty much all I'm going to be able to do in this one. And yeah, I kind of wanted to just do a video on it because yeah, my car here, it's 3 stars. I'm 9 blueprints away from the next upgrade, but I am not buying those packs. And yeah, I'll go through a bit on why after the run of this. But yeah, like, it's definitely possible if you've got a, say, 2 star, maybe 3 star. If you handle this car quite well, you can get a decent enough run out of it on this track, the Windmills, which was a Car Hunt Riot just like in the previous week for the Jaguar F-Type. And these are very, very similar cars. So, like, for this one, the greatest thing about it is no AI at the start of this race makes a huge difference in my opinion. And just like, this car is cool. It's just one of its main weaknesses is the size. I always kind of go on about, like, I hate that in multiplayer especially. Yeah, here for a time trial type thing, like, you can get quite a lot out of this car. Just really drifting when you don't have nitro is kind of this car's enemy a small bit. But it is actually possible to, like, get it up to a fairly decent speed, like 224 miles an hour for a 3-star A class cars. Not too bad in the slightest. Just like try and make as much use as you can out of the ramps and stuff, because it's not too bad at handling, but Scotland is pretty good for just trying to get a car up to the top speed and then keep it close enough that as possible the majority of the track around. Again, like, just make use of ramps, but not too much of drifting unless you've got nitro to build that back up straight away. Just blew across this patch of grass, grab the yellow container. Like, you really want to just not touch the grass at any point when you're not drifting. Not exactly the best drifter on the corner. This thing's handling isn't amazing. Definitely not a 3 stars, but down to the lower part, hit shockwave, and just make sure you keep onto enough nitro here for the hill climb. Just like you get a good bit as long as you get the drift perfect up the hill. Just take it out once it's at the top speed, because you're just going to use the rest of it then to go for the finish line. And not too much you can do. 149.6. Yeah, that's like 40 places up. I'm relatively happy enough with that. Like, this car is cool. The track is nice for it, but I wouldn't advise spending tokens on this one, not for this event. And that's just like the top 20 or the top 3 and top 1% at the moment are really, really small brackets. Like, I think there's less than around kind of the maybe 40 or 50 cars in that top 3% even. So realistically, like, you're not going to be kind of competing at those unless you're bringing the car up to the kind of 5 and 6 star mark, which you really can't do with those packs as well, because there's a limit of 50 on them. Like, the rewards for this one, I'm getting 100 tokens there, and that's with the 3-star version of this car. Like, it's not a bad car, but it's definitely not what I would consider a legendary car. Like, it's got decent top speed and acceleration, and those really do shine on that Scotland track. But the handling and the size of it are probably the weakest points of this car. And those are awful when it comes into multiplayer. If you get like Osaka and a lot of racers on the track, you're not going to do well with this car at all. Like, it is just going to get bounced all over the place. Also, I think to unlock it at first, it takes maybe 60 blueprints or so. It's a crazy amount to get it in the first place because they are epic blueprints. But yeah, say... Oh, free pack. Let's see. That's actually not the worst thing for me. But these packs, there's 50 limit on that. And they cost 90 tokens per set of those. Or, well, it'd be 900 for a 10 pack of those. And like, you can only buy 5 sets of them. That's a really, really risky prospect to get. Like, I could get an extra star on my car. I'm 9 blueprints off. So I could get an extra star for 2,700 tokens if I have very bad luck. But at the same time, there is other packs that are coming up soon enough that like actually include the Genty as well. And they'll probably be just after the Lamborghini season. So in about like, I'd say a month and a half's time, you'll see the Genty reappearing in a burst of speed. There is one other thing as well. They've included, like, in case you get really close to unlocking the car, you can buy these packs, but those are insanely costly, and they do not even include tokens. So you're just buying 35 blueprints for an A-class car for €100 or 5 for 20. Nightmares. Like, the only reason that they're really there is just because of the fact of that limit that they've put on the car packs. So they're basically, if somebody gets like close to a star upgrade, that they would then go and spend some extra real world money, since that's limited. One thing I found funny as well is the fact that like the those DLCs are there for the next 2 days, but for some reason the legendary weekend packs are there for the next 8 days. So that's one really long weekend. I don't know. I'm sure there isn't a mistake with the time that's on those, but yeah, they're there for the same length of time as a TVR Griffith. Almost. There's an hour in the difference. But yeah, I wouldn't advise spending on this. And like I said, where I place in this with a 3-star, top 25%. For me to get any extra in this, I would need to be in the top 50 racers. So I'd need definitely to upgrade this car more than 1 star or so for that. And yeah, effectively that's not possible with tokens. I'm not willing to do that with real world money because that would be just silly. And like the reward gain from going from top 25% to top 3% is a gain of 100 tokens. So yeah, it's barely enough to pay for a single one of these packs. Never mind, like, €100 for blueprints. But I said I'd throw up my run anyway on this. It's a top 25% and a 3-star. I'm happy enough with that. If you haven't subbed to my channel already, guys, there's a sub button up there. Really does help out. I massively appreciate that. There's indie review videos up there where I take a look at small indie games on the Switch, and there's something else on my channel here. Really appreciate it. Click on any of those. Alright guys, good luck, drive safe, and hopefully you get on good with your Genties in this, and if you do upgrade it, good luck with those 50 packs.